Hello everybody, the Ryeman here, coming to you with a new Let's Play, and this is going to be the very first Let's Play that introduces my new intro, my new outro, and pretty much all the changes going on my channel. This is Sherlock Holmes, Crimes and Punishments. I will be honest, the only other game that I've ever played that had that sort of detective criminal aspect was LA Noire, and I didn't finish it. Probably should have, but you know, it is what it is. I've never played another Sherlock Holmes game before, so if this is going to be my very first one, it's probably going to be terrible, but you know, we're going to channel as much power as we can into this game and try to just truck through it. Now, before we begin, I do want to do a little bit of a shout out to Martin, aka GamerBomb, who is currently doing a Lord of the Rings Middle-earth Shadow of Mordor Let's Play. And there's a lot of people doing it, but if you want the #1 Danish Let's Player who is absolutely wacky playing Mordor and, you know, just flat out enjoying it and letting that, you know, enjoyment seep through in the commentary, be sure to check him out. There's going to be an annotation in this video so you can go check out part 1 of his playthrough. I definitely recommend it. I watched it. It's hilarious. So, with that being said, let us actually... First off, let's get this freaking... Ow. We don't need no stinking face cam. Unless you guys like looking at my ugly face, which in that case, God forbid. God save you. In memory of the Ukrainian... Sherlock Holmes starring... Oh shit. So yeah, I'm no like expert with Sherlock Holmes, like, you know, like what's the word for it? Like the background and backstory of like Sherlock Holmes and Watson and all that. All I can do is just base, you know, what I feel about this game on what I'm playing right now and what I do happen to know, which is very little. Really just diving in, knowing probably the bare minimum. So hopefully we do not make a fool of ourselves. Oh. The hell? What the hell is... Okay, take cover, take cover.
Holmes, will you stop that?
Why is he doing this? Is he trying to test out a theory or something? Alright, take cover. What the hell is that all about?
Stop, Holmes!
Is that you, Watson?
Yes, of course it is. And you almost killed me.
Nonsense. I was aiming for the vases.
Blindfolded?
Watson, quiet, please. I'm trying to concentrate.
Confident step. Clinking handcuffs. Policeman. Ninth step avoided.
Ah, Lestrade. What is it this time?
Oh, the deuce who came in.
Well, here it is, and it's a good one, Mr. Holmes. A gentleman by the name of Peter Carey, also known as Black Peter, has been murdered.
A sailor, most probably.
What happened here?
Oh, Mr. Holmes, how could you?
It's the only exercise I've had all week. A grateful client from Limoges sent me a vase collection this morning. I couldn't think of a better use for it.
You're out of your mind.
I missed 4 out of 10.
Given you were blindfolded, that was very good. Can I have a try?
Am I the only sane one here?
I suppose that Watson is right, Inspector. A little brain work would be preferable now. Do please tell us more about Black Peter.
Peter Carey, born in 1845 and 50 years old. An ambitious sort, he achieved much success in seal and whale hunting around Scandinavia. retired in 1884 with a small fortune. He invested his money in a property called Woodman's Lee, near Forest Row in Sussex. It was where he lived for 6 years, and where he was found dead yesterday.
Has the investigation already begun?
Yes and no. In fact, this crime is so mysterious that I would prefer you to join me down there.
Give me half an hour to prepare, Inspector.
Take your time and join me there. I have to go through the yard first. The Medi men struck again.
What have they done this time?
They robbed a powder reserve. I'll meet you at Woodman's Lee, Mr. Holmes.
I should help Mrs. Hudson here. I also have several appointments that I must keep this afternoon.
I shall go alone, then.
Does not seem like he even cares. About going alone, that is. Alright, first off, let me turn off my... Let's actually turn up the audio, because I probably underestimated how loud it was going to be, or lack thereof. So I love how he decided to take this generous, like, offering, like, this generous gift from somebody, a client, and decided to use that gift for target practice. Like, for realsies. Who am I to judge? Press tab to open the casebook, and check your current progress in the investigation, tasks, evidence, etc. Alright, I have to inspect the murder of Peter Carey. Inspect the crime scene at Woodman's Lee. Select a suit to wear using your personal wardrobe and join Lestrade at Woodman's Lee. He pays a visit to Baker Street where he relates to Holmes the grotesque affair that involved a former captain known as Black Peter. Alright, I can go to different areas with this. This is my evidence, apparently. Peter Carey, also known as Black Peter, born in 1845 and so 50 years old. Achieved great success in whale hunting in Scandinavia, retired in 1884, eventually moving to Woodman's Lee. We have no documents, we have the dialogue, souvenirs, echoes, and character portraits. Alright, so... I guess we'll take a look around here. Oh. Hello, Mama. I don't know. She doesn't seem like my type.
You go along to Peter Carey's house. Mrs. Hudson and I will take care of the mess you've made here.
Oh, please. It's not that bad.
A map of London and the surrounding area. It could be useful. A map of London and the surrounding area. It could be useful.
Okay.
Oh, what a mess! What a terrible mess!
It's not that bad. Come on, you guys are over-exaggerating. Although it is funny that he had to basically dodge Holmes' shots.
I can always consult with it, if needed.
Alright. I've only watched very few gameplay trailers of this.
My archive. I can always consult with it, if needed.
So I do know you can come back here to look up stuff. Okay, hold down shift, I can move around.
My analysis table. It is useful for my work.
See, magnifying glass, a bunch of beakers. We'll see if we can go through some of these doors. Can I peek around in everybody's stuff? Is this like an RPG where I can just rummage through desks? Oh my god. Some of these things are locked. I can go in a top hat. I can wear a top hat. What else? Oh, that's it. Fine, we'll go top hat. Can't wear glasses yet. Don't have any facial hair either. Guess we're gonna have to like... Guess we're gonna have to unlock it as we go. Let's see, morning gown, sailor outfit, unbuttoned suit, a casual suit, a black suit. What else can I guess I'll go with the black suit to go with our top hat. Good day. Sherlock Holmes. That was a terrible impersonation. I'm getting caught on like things.
This is where I keep my post.
Alright. What about this door? Oh, this is the way out. I can go in Watson's room. I can't mess with anything in here. Alright, let's head out. We want to go to... Oh wait, we're already at Baker Street. We want to go to Woodman's Lee. I've already looked into this, so... might as well just keep going. I look so spiffy and classy. It's great.
Mr. Holmes, I'm over here. Come on.
Alright. Join Lestrade at Woodman's Lee completed. Oh, look how pretty this is. Nice little farm area here. Probably kegs of beer. Oh, I love this computer. It's so good. So good.
Inspector Lestrade, when will you remove my husband's body? It's sacrilegious to leave him here like this.
As soon as we can, Mrs. Carey, I assure you. Allow me to introduce you to Mr. Sherlock Holmes. He's a detective. No doubt you've heard of him. I'll wait for you in front of the cabin, Mr. Holmes.
My condolences, Mrs. Carey.
Thank you, Mr. Holmes.
Anything unusual that night? When was the body found? What is this button? I don't know if I want to even mess with it.
Madam, can you tell me if you saw or heard anything unusual upon the night of the murder?
At 2 o'clock in the morning, I heard a terrible scream. But I thought nothing of it then. He would scream all the time when he was drunk.
Alright, so 2 in the morning he was screaming. That's probably the time he got murdered. Okay. Evening before the murder.
Can you please tell me what occurred on the evening of the murder?
Well, Peter got drunk in the evening. He was in such a terrible temper. Usually whenever that happened, he'd stay all night drinking in his cabin before passing out.
Okay, so he was drunk, he was intoxicated. When was the body found?
Do you remember at what time you found your husband's body?
In the morning, at around 7 o'clock. I noticed the cabin door was open, but I didn't go in to take a look, for I knew my husband would not have liked it. At around 10 o'clock I dared to glance in through the door and... oh dear.
She doesn't seem too emotional about it. Did he have visitors?
Was your husband accustomed to receiving visitors?
Oh no, I don't think so. I mean, he didn't really have many friends. He lived quite an isolated life here, after his retirement.
Oh. Oh, this is the feature where I can look at inconsistencies and stuff, or specific details, like, okay, a cameo. Anything else? Cross, the Catholic Rosary, gardening gloves, a crested tit. There's one more thing that's missing here. Oh, birdhouse, character portrait complete.
You have indeed suffered a great loss, Mrs. Carey. Nevertheless, I believe it will be less of a burden for you soon.
Yes. Life with Peter was never easy, but he was still my husband.
He was different, wasn't he, when you first met him upon your return from Plymouth?
Yes, Mr. Holmes. Oh, my goodness, but how do you know about that?
Choose the evidence that confronts the statement of a character in order to continue. As a woman with an uneasy life due to her unhappy marriage with Peter, she is a very religious Christian Catholic woman who undertook a St. James Way pilgrimage when she was young. She's from the country, somewhere near the ancient pine woods of Inverness and Strathspey in Scotland, where the crested tit bird can be found. She is religious, undertook a pilgrimage. She was a young woman. I got interrupted during that, so I ended up not realizing what she said, or part of what she said, so this is going to be bad. How do you know about Plymouth? Pilgrimage.
You undertook a pilgrimage to the Cathedral of Santiago de Compostela when you were young. That much is evident from the rosary in your hand. The shortest route for the pilgrim from England to Spain is from Plymouth. I believe that you met Peter Carey as a young sailor there, and you married him soon afterwards.
That is indeed what happened, Mr. Holmes. How extraordinary.
I am
Thank
pretty
you, madam.
brilliant. Thank God I figured that out. I would have been really, really embarrassed if I didn't.
Mr. Holmes?
Mr. Holmes? Alright, so what can we do now? Investigate the crime scene down here. So it's going to be important that we keep a close profile of people, like the stuff on their bodies and like inconsistencies.
It seems that the garden was well maintained.
That's going to be important in continuing on with our investigation, it would seem. The garden and the fields are well kept. A capable garden works here. A gardener. Alright, let's take a second to look around here. Concentrate your attention on finding details that the others are inclined to overlook. Stone pathway. Land around stone pathway. Is there something here that I'm missing, or... I just kind of want to take a glance around here, see if there's something that might point us out to further clues as to what happened, even though we haven't even seen the actual crime scene yet. Obnoxious freaking rooster. Alright. I saw the stone, I see the stone pathway here, but besides that, with our extra vision, it doesn't even seem like there's anything else for us to find. Alright, Inspector.
Peter Carey's body is inside the cabin. We took care not to touch anything.
Alright, let's check out the body.
The door is locked.
Wait just a moment, Mr. Holmes, and I'll open it. I locked it yesterday to ensure that no one should enter the cabin and tamper with the evidence.
Ah, good thinking.
Hello, hello, hello.
What is it, Lestrade?
It seems to me that someone has tried to force it, Mr. Holmes.
Let me see.
Alright, door. Door lock. Let's examine it. Scratches.
These scratches are fresh.
Somebody really did try to force
You're
their
right.
way in.
Someone tried to force open the door.
Yeah.
I swear these scratches were not here yesterday.
Our mysterious visitor came here last night.
Well, he's not the man for the job. This lock is not a difficult one.
Perhaps he did not have the right tool.
Okay, so if he didn't have the right tool or something, or wasn't good at picking the lock or whatever. It has to be somebody inexperienced, but still has a motive. Is there anything on the other side here? No, no. Alright, let's finally investigate this crime scene. Let's go.